If you're planning to apply for the June 2026 BTO launch, you might be comparing between two different mature towns. In this video, I'm going to compare between the Bishan and Bukit Merah BTO to help you make your decision. So looking at the lineup, this June 2026 launch is shaping up to be a very big launch, especially with several heavyweights mature towns on the list. Some of them include Bishan and Bukit Merah. Both are highly coveted, but they offer very different vibes and benefits. First of all, let's discuss about the location. Because at the end of the day, location really plays a big part. You can always renovate the inside, but you wouldn't be able to change the location itself. For the Bishan BTO, it is located near Marymount MRT station, which is conveniently located about 550 meters away, so definitely within walking distance. You get the perks of being near Upper Thompson Road, where there are a lot of cafes, prata shops, and Thompson Plaza, etc. And you can also take a quick bus ride or MRT ride to the Bishan MRT station, where there are more amenities there. Commuting to the CBD area if you are working there is also quite convenient. Now, on the other hand, the Bukit Merah BTO will be located at the previous Keppel Club ground. If we look at the map, the upcoming BTO location is located right opposite the previously launched Berlayar Residences. And it's even a way bigger project because it will have around 2,000 units. Teluk Blangah MRT station is only about 100 meters away, so definitely even closer to the MRT station. So if we compare the distance to MRT station, then Bukit Merah is the winner because it is much closer to the MRT station, even though Bishan BTO itself is not exactly that far from the Marymount MRT station. Next up, let's talk about the estimated price comparison. This is also a very important part because at the end of the day, the house must be within your budget, right? Since both of them, I assume, will be classified as prime projects, HDB will give extra subsidies to keep them affordable. But if we compare it against other BTO launch in June 2026, I predict that Bishan and Bukit Merah BTO still carry a heavy price tag. If we use recent launches as benchmark, here is the amount that you can roughly expect. Of course, the price might be a little bit more expensive because this is already 2026, but I assume that the price should not be that much of a difference. So for example, for Bishan BTO, we can use Bishan Terraces as a benchmark. So at that time, 2-room flexi was being offered starting $229,000 up to $364,000. Now for the upcoming June 2026, there is no 3-room option for the Bishan BTO, but I'm just showing it here for transparency. For 4-room flat, Bishan Terraces back then was launched starting $543,000. On the other hand, for Berlayar Residences, when it was launched, 2-room flexi started from $218,000, 3-room starting $420,000, and 4-room flat started from $578,000. So as you can see, if we just take the 4-room flat as an example, then Bukit Merah is more expensive versus Bishan BTO. That would be my prediction. Now you might be wondering, hey, how come the 2-room flexi in Bishan is more expensive than Bukit Merah? Well, it was because when Bishan Terraces was launched, it was under the stack strategy, meaning the lower portion of 2-room flexi was being rented out and the upper portion of the 2-room flexi was sold as BTO. That's why the starting price for 2-room flexi is higher for Bishan Terraces back then. Now for the upcoming Bishan BTO in June, we don't know what is the strategy from HDB. Is it also going to be like mixed stack like that or not? So take this estimate with a grain of salt. But all in all, I would say that Bukit Merah tends to be slightly more expensive compared to the Bishan BTO later on. So if you are looking for a quote-unquote cheaper mature town entry, then Bishan BTO might be slightly friendlier to your bank account. Next up, let's talk about the potential view. So all of us love a good unblocked view, but unfortunately both projects have some caveats. So for Bishan BTO, if you look at the map, indeed you are very near to the Makrichi Reservoir. Initially, I was hoping that a lot of the residents here will be able to get unblocked view to the Makrichi Reservoir. However, when I look closer to the map, there is this building called Lakeview Estate, which is 34-story high, and it is most likely will block most of the water views. You might only get some pockets of unblocked view if you are lucky enough to be located at a certain angle. Now, for Bukit Merah, you are near the Greater Southern Waterfront. If you get a high floor facing south, you might see the ocean, but again, if we look at the map, this project is located still at the back because it is near to the Teluk Blangah MRT station, which means that there will be future developments closer to the water and they might eventually block your sea view. But if you manage to get a queue number and pick a unit that is facing north, that might give you a more protected unblocked view of Mount Faber's greenery. So in terms of the winner for the potential view, I would give this a tie simply because both of them have heavy caveats. Next up, let's talk about school option. If you have kids or planning to have them, schools are indeed a huge factor for resale value. Why? Because remember that these two projects will be subjected to 10-year MOP, so it makes sense to consider what are the school options. So for Bishan BTO, it is within the 2-kilometer radius of Aitong School, which is a huge draw. You've also got Catholic High and Raffles Institution nearby, making this a branded school area. But for Bukit Merah BTO, realistically, the school options here are more limited. You do have some schools like Blangah Rise Primary, but others like Radin Mas or CHIJ St. Teresa's are a bit further away. You will likely be relying on school bus. So winner for the school options would be Bishan. Next up, let's talk about the daily life and amenities. For Bishan, you have on-site eating house and a preschool. For serious grocery shopping, you can go to Sinming Plaza, Thomson Plaza, or Junction 8. Now for Bukit Merah, this project is like a mixed development condo because it will have their own supermarket, eating house, cafes, shops, etc. So you have a lot of on-site facilities, which is great. And then looking at the location, if you like outdoor lifestyle, or you like to run, being near the Bukit Cermin Boardwalk and Labrador Nature Reserve is a plus point. So, if we compare just the on-site facilities, I would say that Bukit Merah is the winner for having a supermarket on-site. Now, let's talk about their classification. So, I'm predicting that both projects will be classified as prime projects, which, as you know, comes with a lot of restrictions, such as the 10-year MOP, subsidy clawback, rental restrictions, which means that you can't rent out the whole flat even after 10 years. And then also there's this income ceiling cap for future resale buyer, which is indirectly limiting the selling price for the owners if you want to sell your flat after the MOP period. In terms of the subsidy clawback, I'm guessing that the Bukit Merah BTO will have slightly higher subsidy clawback, but that would be my guess. We have to wait for the official announcement to know the details. So in summary, which one is for you? So I would suggest to choose Bishan if you want a central location with access to top-tier school and you like the cafe culture of Upper Thomson area. You might save a few $1,000s compared to the Bukit Merah BTO. But you should choose Bukit Merah BTO if you want to live in the future Greater Southern Waterfront and you value having a supermarket at your doorstep and want to be as close as possible to an MRT station. Probably the easiest choice would only be if you are aiming for a 3-room flat, because Bishan doesn't have a 3-room flat but Bukit Merah has a 3-room flat. But if let's say you're still not sure, don't worry, because if we look at the master plan, actually there are 2 more sites that will be launched in the near future for Bishan area, and those BTOs are going to be basically the opposite of this particular BTO. And then for Bukit Merah itself, as you can see, the ex-Keppel ground still have a lot of empty plots, which also means future BTO will be coming later down the line. So what I'm trying to say is that if you can't make a decision, then just pick what you want and then you can pick the other town in the next round if you still don't get the queue number. So for example, let's say in this June 2026 you apply for Bishan, but if let's say if you're still not lucky, maybe in the future BTO launch, you can pick Bukit Merah or something like that. So in both cases, these are not unique opportunities. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye! To support my work, you can give a one-time tip by pressing the thanks button, pick the amount that you want, and click buy and send. Or you can also press the join button for exclusive contents and monthly membership. Your support means a lot to keep us independent. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!